Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm giving you guys my weekly Q&A, so let's get right into this. What's your favorite pizza topping? That's a very difficult question to answer because I love pepperoni, and I love bacon and chicken and all sorts of things, but to be quite honest, it would either be pepperoni or maybe salami. Obviously we're not counting cheese here, otherwise it'd be no contest. Cheese, obviously, but pepperoni or salami definitely would be my favorite. I know you upload daily and all, but how do you keep it up? I know you have a job too. Well, a lot of time management goes into it, and uploading daily, like I've only missed about 3 days of uploading since February. And it's not an easy thing to do. It takes careful planning and time management, especially with a job. And this past week has actually been pretty difficult to keep up daily uploads. It's been pretty stressful to do that because I've been working. Today I got back from work and I'm doing this right now after work. It's my 6th day in a row working, long hours, and then tomorrow I have to work again. So once this video is uploaded, I'll probably be at work. And then I get 2 days off, so that's good. But this week's been a little funny. That's why I've been less active in the comments, and my videos maybe have been going up a little bit later in the day than they usually are, either later or earlier, just because I've been struggling to get time to work on them. But I am still getting them up daily. I try my absolute best to get that up because I know you guys like to see daily content around here, but it isn't easy. I respect a guy like Rhyme Style who gets up 2 videos a day and working a job as well. It's insane. I'm here struggling with one. He's doing 2 a day. The dude's, he's a madman. He has like ungodly internet connection as well. But and I'm also getting Facebook notifications, of course. How unprofessional. But yeah, just insane time management, really. But yeah, next question. I actually like that question. I like talking about some personal stuff. As long as it doesn't get too personal. But I do like talking about my own life. Outside of YouTube, it's something I like to do. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. It's not a crime to have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue instead of orange. That makes color mixing sense. I guess they mean, is it a crime or whatever? I like the hair is blue, so, Okay. When I first saw your videos, I thought they were dumb, because you have to regard what the story has to happen the exact same way with these changes. Well, I guess, if you thought my videos were dumb but now you don't, I guess, I don't know. When I first saw your videos, I thought they were dumb because you have to regard that the story has to happen the exact same way with these changes. I guess he means is with a what if or whatever. A what if isn't just something that you can pick subtle changes. They have to affect the entire story, and the story has to take place the same way up until that point. It's not like changing the entire story. It's not like, what if Goku met Bulma? That's a terrible discussion because it changes so much. Pretty much ends the story. Or, what if Goku, I don't know. There's a lot of bad ones. What if Goku married Bulma? There's some bad topics out there. I've actually done a couple bad ones myself. I've done a video on what if Goku was sent to Namek instead of Earth. That was a terrible topic, to be quite honest, and that's kind of why I stray away from what ifs. I don't think what ifs are really my forte necessarily on this channel. That's why I kind of strayed away from it, man. There's a lot of, I don't want to do bad topics here. I think I have done some pretty good ones, but I don't really want to do any bad topics, so I kind of stay away from them. They're hard to come up with nowadays. When do you think you'll die? Well, hopefully, hopefully after I'm in my 30s at least. Even though a lot of you guys are saying I look like I'm 35, which that hits me hard, man. I'm 19 years old. You guys really think I look 35? That is crazy. And I was telling some people at work that I had some subscribers that were saying I looked like I was 30, and they were pretty surprised by it themselves. So you guys got something wrong with you. I'm just kidding, but it's funny because Mike from Laughing Stock Media and Geekdom 101, they all joke about me being old and all that stuff, and just it's all funny and all fun and games and all that stuff. But yeah, But hey, the ladies like the ladies like older men, so I got an advantage under my belt. That was not sexual innuendo either. But moving on. Versus battle.wikia Wiki Son Goku anime that might interest you. In this site, they analyze characters, stats, and sometimes their victories. If they have some, but these two victories that Goku GT has might confirm your points. He beat Beerus and SSJ God. SSJ Goku, it says, what do you think? Well, I'll take a look at it. I'll open it up in a new tab actually. And you know what? If it's worth doing a video on, I'll do a video on it. I'll take a look and analyze it for a couple hours whenever I get time. Probably my next couple days off after tomorrow. But yeah, I'll take a look at it actually. It sounds pretty interesting, so if it's worth my time, I'll definitely think about doing a video on it if it can be a video at least. Isn't Vegeta technically a king or the king and Trunks is the prince? Well, yeah, technically now he is, yeah. Who do you think has the best relationship? Videl and Gohan, Android 18 and Krillin, Bulma and Vegeta, or Chi-Chi and Goku? You know, I always liked the relationship of Chi-Chi and Goku because they were so opposite from each other a lot of times. You don't really see a lot of 18 and Krillin, so it's hard to say. Vegeta and Bulma's good, but I really do think that Videl and Gohan's my favorite couple in the series, to be quite honest, so that's what I would say the best is. What's better, Dragon Ball GT or Dragon Ball AF? I don't even think I need to read the rest of the question. It's obvious that GT is going to be better. AF is complete garbage. I know AF isn't real. Well, GT's not real to a lot of people either, but isn't real, but if you had to pick one in terms of storytelling, well, I think AF's story's freaking bonkers. It's mind-boggling, really, to be honest. I mean, some of the stuff in AF, and there's a lot of what they call unofficial AF, because not everything in AF is officially canon to the AF story. There's a lot of things that are even dumber than what was before. I know a lot of people like the Zycore stuff, but I thought it was completely nonsensical. It didn't make any sense at all. Really had, I mean, what? I think like Goku gets like he gets like the East Supreme Kai, I think, or the West Kai, or the female one's the West one, I believe. And I know I get the Kais mixed up sometimes, guys. East is the Supreme Kai. South was the one with the big one that damaged Boo's a lot. North Kai was the one with the sword, I believe. And the West is the female. I have ADHD, guys. It's sometimes when I'm dealing with a lot of things, you can get them mixed up on the spots. Just on the spot. So of course when I do a video, I do research, all that stuff to make sure that I have my evidence and all that stuff in place. But other than that, you know, the East Kai, or I'm sorry, the West Kai, the female one, apparently, if I remember correctly, what happened is he kind of like, quote unquote, mind raped Goku in his sleep or whatever, and had like a kid with him or something. I have to go back and look at that, unfortunately, and look at all that stuff. But there's a lot of really weird stuff with AF that I'm not a huge fan of. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like Dragon Ball things that are fan-made. I think there's some pretty good ones out there. AF is just not one of them. Love you, man. You're awesome. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. It's good to see the appreciation go around and see people like my content. It really does. I know it sounds cliche, but I wouldn't be saying it if it didn't mean anything. So where's the Dragon Ball AF vid? It's coming. I'm waiting on it. I have a lot of projects in the future, and you know, uploading. The thing is that some of those projects get pushed forward because of my uploading daily and my work schedule. Put things behind. You know, as I was just mentioning, my work schedule right now is a little bit weird. But uploading daily, you don't have a whole lot of time to work on big projects a lot. That's why it's going to be a little while for the AF video, the Kenji Yamamoto video, and a little teaser for you guys. Quaman suggested this one. He said I should do my top 10 Dragon Ball songs just like he did, and this one's one that I came up with. I'm going to do it's either going to be a top 5 or top 10. It's probably going to be a top 10. Top 10 Dragon Ball Z game OST, so soundtracks for Dragon Ball games. That's a video that I'm really excited to work on, but I think the number one video for me right now, guys, is the AF video to work on. I know I have to get it started, and I still have to do more Dragon Ball Z 101 and playthroughs. The playthrough series is coming back, guys. It's just been really swamped. I know it's been like a week and a half since my last playthrough, but yeah, it's been pretty crazy around here. But yeah, I'm working on the Yamamoto video soon. The AF video is getting underway. It's just really hard to get all the stuff done with the constant uploading. But yeah, it's coming. Don't worry. It's not gonna never come out. Man, why do you act like such a dick to some questions sometimes? You don't even answer the questions. You just talk shit. Okay? Was that asshole-ish enough for you? Moving on. Just want to say, I mean, this is who I am. I like to joke around and have fun a lot when I answer questions. I mean, it's my video. I'm answering some of the questions. Some of the questions I just joke around with because some of the questions aren't being asked seriously, so why should I answer them seriously? You understand? So I hope that answered your question. You know, I'm just being myself up here. Not putting on any... I've said this before. I don't put on a fake skin or a fake mask for YouTube. This is who I am, and if people don't like it, well, they don't have to watch my stuff. That's the bottom line, and you know, that's just it. Not to sound like an asshole, but I know I'm gonna either way because I am kind of an asshole. To be quite honest, I kind of am. But yeah, hope that answered your question, and hope you know, found it somewhat informative, at least in terms of my personality, because I can be a dick. All right, but moving on. I almost deleted that question, actually. Wow. Sometimes my mind goes in all sorts of places. What if in Dragon Ball Super at some point we see a very dark storyline where we see Yamcha is drinking at home, watching home movies of himself in his prime, and his life with Bulma, and at the start he is taken over by a demon that makes his power level 100 times stronger as a SSJ God. SSJ Part 1. Wow, this person actually did the Part 1s in advance. Wow. Props to you for planning ahead for the way I read these questions. Also, Yamcha is in control, but the demon inside of him is multiplying his rage and hate to the point where he can't think straight. Beerus knows no one can beat him, so he creates a mystical ball and seals him away like he did with the old kind, the Z-Sword. Yamcha KOs the Z fighters, even Beerus. Part 2. In this, it takes Bulma to sneak attack Yamcha with the mystic ball and is taken back to Beerus' homeworld and locked away. Meanwhile, back on Earth, and the others have a memorial and remember who Yamcha was, not what he became, and see this as second to last sagas of Dragon Ball Super. Thoughts? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I actually don't think it's that bad of a saga idea as a fan thing. I think Yamcha's the wrong character. I think you should make someone else new. But to bring like a super, I can kind of paraphrase on what you're going off here. To bring a super powerful character that not even Beerus and Whis can defeat, someone they have to seal away, would be something very interesting for Dragon Ball. But I don't think Yamcha is really the character for that. But I do like the theory, the little fan fiction you got going on there. I think that's pretty interesting. I think that would be a cool saga, but I don't see something like that happening, to be quite honest. But it would be interesting. What the mind doesn't understand, it worships or fears. From Alice Walker. Good quote. Max Payne has much better quotes. I'll quote Max Payne right now.
The way I see it, there's two types of people. Those who spend their lives trying to build a future, and those who spend their lives trying to rebuild the past. For too long, I've been stuck in between.
Now, I think that's a freaking awesome quote. It's one of the best quotes I've heard in my life. And it's very true. People always try to build a future, which is what I'm trying to do. Or you have those people that messed up earlier in their life and are trying to build themselves back up to what they used to be. That's pretty much how the world goes, and it's a very true quote that I really appreciate. If Bulma can make a room that has the same power of Tapion's box and make it a time machine, so hypothetically she could make a training room for Vegeta that is just like the time chamber, right? I think that's... No. Well, the whole Tapion thing is obviously non-canon, but I don't think that Bulma has that technology. And even if she did, the time chamber, the second time that the Z fighters went in there, Goku and Vegeta and Trunks, it didn't seem to do quite as much for them that second time. Goku kind of described it as torture. So time chamber is not really necessarily the right way to go, but I don't think she has the technology, and even if she did, it wouldn't really be necessary to build one like that. I think gravity training is the best route to go at this point in the series, really. Otherwise, I'm sure Vegeta would have just had her make something. In Season 1 of Dragon Ball Z, King Kai says that he was nowhere near as strong as Vegeta and Nappa, yet in BoJack Unbound, he claims that he can defeat BoJack and his crew. How? If he can only take out Vegeta and Nappa. Well, it's been a while since I've seen BoJack Unbound, so I don't remember that line. But the obvious answer is it's not canon, and I don't want to sound like some snob that says it's not canon, but it really, it's not canon. They're not really following a lot of the original cues from the manga. They're going off the anime, and they can make their own story the way it is. But I don't really remember that quote to be specific. If he did say that, then there's no way I can really answer how he'd be able to defeat him because he's weaker than Nappa. So, but I don't really remember that quote, to be quite honest. So it's been a couple years since I've seen the movie. Truth be told, it's actually been about 1 year, but still, it's long enough to forget one small quote from a movie. I almost got killed by a hot Dorito chip. Voila! True story. Look it up, girl. Look up. This girl's perfectly dumb. I have no idea how to answer this question, to be quite honest. Sorry, but Doritos are very good. Definitely, they are good. You lost a fight when you called your kid JoJo. Well, I don't have any kids. Even though I look like I'm 35, I don't have any kids. Not yet. What if Cell absorbed Android 19? Well, if he did, I guess it wouldn't do anything for him because Android 19 is not designed to be absorbed by Cell. He does not have a life force necessarily. He's completely mechanical. Absorbing 19 would have been the equivalent of Cell absorbing a fire hydrant or something. It wouldn't have done anything for him. If imperfect Cell never become perfect, but instead absorbed all humans apart from the ones in the Z Fighters and also relied on Zenkai boost from his Saiyan cells, how strong do you think he would have become? It's pretty impossible to say considering Zenkai boost. We don't know how many humans he actually absorbed. But if you're saying every human on Earth, he'd be pretty damn powerful, yeah. But excuse me, got something stuck in my throat. Don't worry, guys, I'm not dead yet. Probably have to do some clever audio editing around that, or at least trim that audio together. I wasn't dying, guys, don't worry. Just had a piece of material lodged in my throat. I don't know what it was. I think it was air or dirt. I don't want to say dirt. It was probably like a hair or something like that. It wasn't good. It wasn't comfortable. I didn't like it. I had to have a drink of my energy drink. But we're all good. So Cell's power probably would have been comparable to maybe a little bit over semi-perfect Cell at max, I would say. That's the maximum I could see him. I can't see him being any stronger than the Mastered Super Saiyan Goku that fought Cell. But yeah. Maybe he could get about as strong as a Cell Jr. That's a big maybe though, because we don't know what the Zenkai boost would necessarily do to him. How is he gonna be how could he be getting these Zenkai boosts? That's a better question. I don't understand how he could get the Zenkai boosts, so to speak. What if Raditz was trained by King Kai as well as Goku? If you're looking for a reason, just say King Yama lost a bet to Raditz. Okay. I don't think Raditz has a whole lot of potential, so I don't think it would have done much for him. Same goes for Nappa. But I do think he could have gotten a decent amount of strength, but it's so hard to say because you got to be specific of how long he's training him for. Do you mean he trains the same amount of time Goku does? Because I would say that Raditz would probably be a little bit stronger than Nappa tops. With the Kaioken, he would probably learn that as well, but I think he would be stronger than Nappa, but that'd be about it if you're talking about the 1 year gap. After that, it's up for grabs because I don't know how long he'd be training for. Best way I could answer that. Why don't Piccolo use his giant form in Z like he did in Season 5 of Dragon Ball? Well, it's just an inconsistency. Maybe it's just not efficient enough anymore. That's my best guess. There's not really a good way to answer it. I mean, the best thing that I could think of would just be because it's not efficient enough to use. I want to know what you guys think of this, though. Is it just an inconsistency? You know, there's a lot of inconsistencies in this series. There is no real direct answer for this, to my knowledge, really. So, why didn't we see future Trunks with Goku, King Kai, Bubbles, and Gregory on Snake Way when he died by the hands of Cell? Biowolf. Well, I think that what they showed, Trunks would have gone. It's weird. I would imagine that Trunks was still waiting in line at King Yama's, and that's why when he was revived by the dragon, he was immediately right there rather than having to go back or, you know, appear on Earth. His body just came back to life, so I imagine he was probably still in line with King Yama. That's my best answer for that, guys. But that's the last question for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching this Q&A. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.